welcome back to another episode of Gold Prospecting at Home. This is episode number 86, and today we have some pay dirt from a highly requested company called Goldnuggetsales.com. Now, this company actually sent me a bag of pay dirt back earlier in 2020, earlier this year, and when it came to me in the mail, the entire bag was ripped open, and I was able to recover some of that gold. I'll leave a link to that video there. You can open that in a new tab and watch it after this video if you like. But I really wanted to do a review of this company, and even if it came from the company, it wouldn't have been a fair review anyway, because I don't like to take gold pay dirt from the vendor, because they know it's coming to me, and then, you know, it's going to be on camera, so who knows if they added extra gold or not to make their business look good. It's impossible to say. I don't know the guy personally, but you got to be, especially me, I have to be really careful when accepting gold pay dirt from companies. So I always go out of my way to buy my pay dirt through a third party. So that's exactly what I did. So back in May of this year, I purchased a bag of this stuff. Now, the website cost $65.95. I think the shipping is still the same. It's like $6.95 to here in the United States, for a total of $71.90 something. When I purchased it back in May, the price was $66.90 with the shipping included. So I paid a little bit less than what you would pay today on the website. So this is the product page for the pay dirt that I got. This is the 1 gram of gold guaranteed from Juneau, Alaska. In the description, it does say that there is a guaranteed 1 gram of gold, which is always a good thing. One really important thing I always like to mention in my videos, because there's a lot of new viewers for every episode. Never buy a gold pay dirt unless there's a guaranteed minimum amount as shown here. If there's no minimum guaranteed amount of gold, you're most likely going to be getting ripped off really bad. You'll only get a couple little pieces of gold, because when there's no guaranteed minimum amount, why would they give you a big amount of gold? So chances are you're going to get ripped off, for a lack of a better term. You'll get dirt, you'll get little tiny flakes of gold, but you won't get a guaranteed full gram of gold like these guys are promising us. So that's really important. So the gold is all from Alaska and ranges in size from -40 mesh to +10 mesh, and makes a great panning experience with gold in every classification and natural gold in every pan. So nothing to complain about there. That's pretty awesome. It's always good to find lots of gold. For international customers, they will ship international, and they'll give you the same amount of gold guaranteed, but you'll get less dirt in your bags to keep the shipping costs down. So let's go ahead and add this to the cart to find out the shipping cost. We'll go ahead and check out. Returning customers, new customers, sign up. I don't want to sign up. Oh, they want you to sign up and give you all that. I'll just give you the information that my decoy gave me. He said it was $6.95 shipping. The total that I paid was $66.90. As you can see now, the gold prices went up, so of course, you know, they raised their prices a little bit. With $6.95 shipping today, it would come out to like $71, $72 or something like that. All right, well, let's go ahead and take this bag of Goldnuggetsales pay dirt down to the panna station. We'll chop it open and we'll take a closer look at it. All right, here it is, the gold pay dirt from Goldnuggetsales.com from Juneau, Alaska. This is the 1 gram of gold guaranteed bag. Let's take a look at it in a pan. Nice. All right, let's start by ripping it open here. Really nice packaging. It's got the little Ziploc and no heat seal, but it is Ziplocked. So that's good. Looks like it could totally be Alaskan beach sand. Looks like there's a lot of black sands in there as well. So we will take a magnet to it since it is dry. We'll be able to take a magnet to it to remove that. Make it easier for ourselves. Okay, upon inspection, I see small pieces of mica. Got little bits of mica in there. A couple of them. I don't see any gold yet. That doesn't mean there's anything in here. We're guaranteed a gram of gold, so I have no worries about that. It all looks very fine too. I don't see anything, any big size rocks to classify, so we can still classify this. We'll just use a smaller size classification. All right, so we're gonna run this through a 20 mesh classifier. That should probably split it in half to make it easier to pan out. That's the whole purpose of classifying. Makes the panning process easier, less chance of missing very small gold. I have a feeling we're gonna find some gold in this bigger classification though. Now, let me get a bigger pan. Yep, I can see gold already. I know you can see it right there. Sorry about the traffic and the airplane and stuff in the background. Yeah, we got some nice gold in here so far. All right, just because I can, we're gonna classify it even finer. Got a good amount of this size, and I have one more classification to go. Right, this is a super fine classifier here. I don't know if you can tell, but it's only gonna let dust through, basically. Normally I would only classify this much when I'm doing like a really hard to do pay dirt with extremely fine flour gold and lots of black sand. I think there's a lot of black sand in here, but I think a lot of the gold's gonna be a lot bigger than that. But right now I'm just having fun. All right, going clockwise, we have the biggest stuff to the smallest stuff over here. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of black sands in here. This stuff is from Alaska, and all the Alaskan pay dirt I've ever dealt with, it's full of black sand. So let's go ahead and start removing that. So in order to remove the magnetic stuff, here's what I use. It's a big neodymium magnet stuck to the end of a nut driver inside of a silver dollar tube. I'll show you how this works. This is all magnetic stuff. We can take this out. This stuff is extremely heavy, and when we're doing the panning process, if we don't remove it now, this stuff is going to give us a lot of trouble when we're doing the panning process. So I like to remove this stuff at this point. There's a lot of magnetic stuff, but it's not very magnetic. Like, it's sticking, but it's coming off. You see that? Probably a lot of hematite in there rather than magnetite. Okay, here's our finest classification. Yeah, there's a lot in there too. All right, let's see if we got any nice clickers in here. Most of this stuff is magnetic. It's slightly magnetic. It's like, I feel like I could take all of this material and pick it up with a magnet. Just barely though. It's like everything is lightly magnetic is what it seems like. Alright, so I gotta say, that's kind of unique. It's the first time I've seen a pay dirt where almost everything is magnetic, but everything is just slightly magnetic. It doesn't like grab onto the magnet really powerfully. It just barely holds on. So this stuff here is what came up with the magnet. Not all of it, of course. I could probably clean up this entire thing with a magnet if I wanted to. I just wanted to give you an example. We're gonna pan this out as well. There's probably no gold in it because it's dry, but when you have wet pay dirt and you try removing the magnetic stuff with a magnet, a lot of times, most of the time, gold is gonna come up with that black sand. It's going to get trapped within that black sand. That's why I only like to remove my magnetic stuff when the pay dirt is dry, never wet. Alright, so I guess we're going to start out. I can see lots of gold in the biggest classification. I'm going to guess most of our gold's going to be in here. Some nice little flakes and stuff in there. We're guaranteed a gram. I'm not worried at all. I think we're going to start with the very smallest stuff and work our way to the biggest. Actually, let's do the magnetic stuff first. So let's bring over Crusty Rusty. I'm I'm gonna add some water and some surfactant. That breaks the surface tension of the water so the small gold can't float away. Okay, first we're gonna pan out the magnetic material. In theory, this should be the most difficult part to pan because the magnetic stuff is always heavier than most of the rest of the pay dirt. So when you have really heavy material, it's hard to separate the gold from it because the gold is also very heavy. But honestly, it doesn't feel that heavy. It's kind of floating right off. I'm gonna spin it back to see if we can see any gold here. I think I did see a... Nope. That's not gold. Yeah, no gold. We're safe there. No gold in there. Okay, next we're gonna do super fine stuff. This is the finest classification. It's basically just powder. Alright, let's take a closer look here, see if we got any gold. I've got 3 little tiny pieces of flour gold, one right there, one right there, and there's actually one right there. It's very tiny. Alright, so we'll grab that with the snuffer bottle. It's not going to make a difference in the final weight, but I want to make sure I have it. Alright, next size up. This stuff is a little bit more coarse. This fine-grained sand is what that is. Alright, let's see what we got here. No gold in that size. None at all. I'm surprised we didn't get anything in this size, but we did in the smallest size. Okay, that's okay. Now here, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find some gold. This stuff is like regular sized sand, I guess you could call it. One thing you'll really notice about this pay dirt is that it's all very consistent, as in it all wants to move at the same time. Now I know it's not as heavy as the gold because of our finest classification. We were cleaning it off even faster than this, and we still ended up with very fine flour gold at the bottom. So I'm not being too aggressive the way I'm doing it now, even though it may seem like it. I'm confident we won't lose any gold. Yeah, we got gold right down here, starting to peek through at the very bottom, right where it should be. All right, let's spin it back and we'll see the gold. Yeah, we got some nice flakes right there. And like I suspected, most of our gold is going to be in the bigger size. So right there we got, I don't know, 6 little flakes right there. All right, and for the grand finale, our largest classification, which is like plus 20 mesh. This is where our gold's gonna be. We're gonna find almost an entire gram of gold just in this little bit of dirt. Okay, there's the gold peeking through. Very nice. Here's what a gram of gold looks like in your pan. Man, this pay dirt was really easy to pan down. No issues whatsoever. That little bit of flour gold that I found, those 3 little specks, I guarantee that was just natural, and I would almost 100% guarantee that this gold here was added just to make sure that he hit his 1 gram amount, and there's probably more than a gram here. We'll weigh it up after we dry it out and everything and clean it up. But yeah, that's pretty good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I would say that pay dirt is probably a difficulty, like maybe a 4 out of 10, I would say, just because it's so consistent. It's very, everything kind of weighs the same. When you pan it off, everything just floats right off the top. All the gold is about the same size. So there's no like variation in like pickers down to flour gold. You've got pretty much all flakes and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's not as varied as I might like it to be. I like my pay dirt to have, you know, different weights, different size rocks, and I guess you can say that this pay dirt is like refined, I guess. I don't know. It's not very, I don't know. It's just, it didn't seem so natural to me, but if you're in the ROI, I think we're gonna do pretty good here. So we got 1.039 grams of 24 karat pure gold. Even though it's not really 24 karat pure gold, you can resell natural placer gold like this to pay dirt vendors like myself for pretty close to 24 karat value. I purchased this back on May 1st, 2020, and the spot price back then was $1,700.40. Yeah, $56.80, that's really good. Let's get a ROI on that. All right, so we got $56.80. Yeah, right there, 84, like 85% return on investment. That's really good, guys. The vast majority of pay dirt companies out there, especially the ones that do not guarantee a minimum amount of gold, you're going to get ripped off. Companies like this, 85% ROI, anything over 50% ROI is good in my opinion. With my pay dirt bags, I try to get up to that 60-70%, you know, mark at least. But 84%, that's actually a really good bag. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I put out a new video every week, sometimes more. The past couple weeks I've been putting out 2 or 3 videos a week, but I'm trying to keep it at that at least 1 a week time frame. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, everybody, for watching my video. It's much appreciated. I did notice that 73% of my viewers aren't even subscribers. So if you would like to make sure you don't miss any of my future videos, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.